Listen to what he says on this day.
If you do not vote, the analytics will show. They know how many women vote, they know the age you are when you vote. If we don't vote, how we gonna ask for something next time? If you ain't got no voting power, you talk about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Look at the frustration on his face. What you mad about, Steve? Why is your neck curled up like that? And your lips poked out, looking like that, Mr. Potato Head. Shout out to No Cap Cat Williams. Now, look at the two different narratives between No Cap Cat and Steve Harvey. We already did a video on No Cap Cat. He said, get it up off of you. He was clearly in stance of what? Pro-reparations. Now look at this comedic fool, this comedic baboon. He's up there basically outright condemning the notion and the ideal. Now, whether one gets it or one does not get it, and I guarantee you that they will. I guarantee you that reparations will be given to black people one day. I guarantee that. I speak that from as above, so below principles, and as below, so above, and as above, so below. I speak from those principles. I speak from the universe, the laws of the universe. I can guarantee you they will receive reparations, whether they participate in the voting process or not, Steve. Stop the nonsense. Stop the cap. And then my next question is this. How did black people acquire the power to vote, sir? Was it through voting? Did black people and the white people all sit down, and the white racists and the white supremacists, did we all sit down in between being lynched and being chased down and raped in the streets in the woods? Did we all sit down and have an agreement that we were going to somehow give power to the black community and allow them to vote? Is that what happened, Steve? It was an agreement? No, Steve, no. It was a fight. It was a rumble. Everything that the black community got within America, they had to fight the white supremacists for. Everything. Even the power to vote. The power to vote was not given to them through voting. It was given to them through political unrest and fighting and conscious and sometimes in physical ways. Yes. Resisting. That's what it came down to. Resistance to the indoctrination that the brown Brahmin adjacent to you subscribe to, and the indoctrination which you subtly suggest to the black community as you sit there in Atlanta before 100 black men. Shame on you, Steve Harvey. Shame on you. Shame on you, because you got your bag, you forgot the rest. And you sit right adjacent to a genocidal mess. Shame on you, Steve Harvey. And see, this is why I'm laughing at this conversation, because it's so clear to the bar that the talking points are circulating and surrounding the Ben. Huh? What do you mean, Bar? I said the talking points in this 360 world we live in, circulating and spinning on its axis. Ideology meets ideology, mind meets mind. Now, why would Steve mention the R word? Question? Now, all the other BS he was spitting from the 1960s white supremacist playbook, we're going to ignore that momentarily. We're going to even ignore his mess, which he has created out here in the dating world. Yes, we attribute Steve Harvey. Yes, we do. We attribute Stephen Harvey to a lot of this social unrest that we see within the genders, through the promoting of that ridiculous, insane book, Think Like a Man, as he talks to women. Talking to women, encouraging them to think like men. It was a book written by a black man disguised as a white feminist. That's what it was. Or shall I say it was a white feminist who wrote this book disguised as a black man. A white feminist wrote that book disguised as a black man, Mr. Potato Head. And look at the type of madness it has helped to create and stimulate within American society. And he himself is the vice president, not the president, we'll talk about him later, but he is the vice president of the ongoing simpdemic. He's the master of the simps. And that's why he's throwing her alley oops and he's not giving her any tough questions because simp is simping. He's all in his blood. Yes, you heard me. I said we are in the middle of a simpdemic, and he is the vice president. Let's go pour. Let's continue pouring some of this juice.
Well, you think they could give us some money? No, how, man. I hope they talk about reparations. Ain't nobody finna give you no reparations and you don't vote.
You're right. They're not going to give up reparations. They're not giving anything. They're paying back what is due. It's a debt. I'm not asking for anything. In the name of my ancestors, I'm demanding.
Well, you think they could give us some money? No, how, man. I hope they do. They owe us.
Oh, so we agree. You see that? Oh, I hope they do. See how he try to play both sides like a comedic fool. Oh, I hope they do. They owe us. Oh, they owe us. Oh, I'm sorry. What you say? Let me play that back one time. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad.
You know how, man. I hope they do. They owe us.
Oh, well, there you go. We are all in agreement. Mr. Potato Head, the Juice Bar, and No Cap Cat Williams. We all agree it is due. There you go. But there's the difference between the latter and the first one whom I mentioned. The latter two, the Juice Bar and No Cap Cat, and many, 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 many others, they will stand on that. Right there in front of that brown Brahmin who has subscribed to white supremacist tendencies. But then there are men of your ilk, these black Sambo side bootlick raccoon coons, clowns. They're a combination of coon and clown. They're cloons. Steve Harvey is not a clone. He's a cloon. He's a clown and a coon. He's a cloon. Look at the look on his face. He could not contend with an intellect or have a proper conversation, but even out of a fool's mouth, yes, I said that, even out of a fool's mouth, truth may be uttered. Oh, I'll be mine, and they owe us. Oh, you're right, they owe us. But you don't have the, you know what? You don't have that backbone to demand it and to stand on it. That's the difference. Let's continue.
I'll go down there. I'm sorry. I know I ain't coming back next year. I appreciate y'all.
Look at the fake laugh. Look at her. You know what she's saying? Steve, you went too far. You bumbling fool. Slow it down. I'm going to cackle to slow it down. And that's why he said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, you went too far. Just by acknowledging and just by commenting on the R word on this stage, this is something that which really has not been discussed before. You see that? Although he speaks with it with great disdain and distaste out of his old mouth. The problem is old, unfruitful mouth. The situation, though, is the laws of the universe of duality is two sides. Just by you speaking it, huh? Just by you speaking it, we appreciate that, Steve. Yep, we appreciate that, Steve. Because they can agree or disagree. That's not the point. Doesn't matter. Right is right. Wrong is wrong. What is due is what is due. But the fact that you are a black Sambo coon trying to play both sides of the fence is almost appalling. Almost as appalling as Kamala the Brown Brahmin. I think I poured enough juice on this one. Well, cause I can almost guarantee you we're going to get back at them later on. But Steve, you have been a harmful factor towards the black community, Stephen Harvey. Yes, you have, sir. Yes, you have. And you are not one of the kings of comedy. Shout out to the late, great Bernie Mac. May he rest in power. And your running mate, Down Low Dirty D.L. Hewley, we did a video on him as well. We are not fans of that comedy. We're not fans of your type of your banter. But then you done stepped into it, talking politics and politricks. And then you mentioned the R word. Say it 2 more times. I'll pop up in your mirror like candy, man. Say it again. Say it again, I dare you. And all you do is give credence to it because I can see the anger. I see the anger in your face as you mention it. Because in your mind, you're saying to yourself, how dare these niggas? That's what you're saying. How dare these niggas demand something? Mm. Sir, they're demanding what is due. And it's old people like you who are through. And you need to get out of the way before the pendulum swings back. I say it's best you get out of the way before the pendulum swings back. Women like the brown Brahmin, the lake of fire where all liars lie is where she will be. You have a little bit more time, Steve Harvey. Not much, nigga.